Welcome to the team service and rental. Today you are in for a treat to hear 6 founders pitch their businesses. And if you know anything about building a startup or having an idea of a startup, it is not easy. So I am you, but I don't envy you. I was in your shoes once, and I know how important that journey is. So take a deep breath and just pour it all out there. So we're happy to have everyone in this room. We have 5 distinguished judges here to score. They have the hardest job in the room. You guys watch American Idol? I would not want to be a judge. It's a hard seat, so they're going to be the ones that are scoring them. So I just gently want to introduce you to all of them. We have Avalon Bingham, just raise your hand, wave your hand, a recovering career retailer, now with Drive Capital. We also have Tamir Brown, wave your hand, thank you, president of Gaxton Training Associates. Mel Clemens, founder of SAM Consulting. Don Hunter, small business community founder of Bank of America. And Shelvin Mack, sports analyst with CBS. All right, I hope he's not a Gamecock fan. Yeah, Clemson Tiger here, brother. All right, give all of them a round of applause for me really quickly. We're going to be doing this. I hope you don't get tired of clapping, because we're going to be clapping the whole time, because these entrepreneurs are doing something amazing, and we're just here to cheer them along the way. All right, so thanks to all the judges for your presence here. It is not undervalued. We appreciate you carving the time out. All right, so remember, there is a People's Choice Award. I know that all of you have heard of that. It is an additional $250 prize. There will be a barcode at the end of all of the pitches that you will be able to pick that person. Now, here's a little thing for those hackers out there. Don't go room to room. I know it's going to be hard, because you may have some people over there you may want to vote for, but you get 1 vote. So you pick this room. Please give your vote to the person that's in this room, okay? All right. Y'all ready to go? All right, so we have a video that we want to show to you, and after that video, we're going to get right to it.
Hi, my name is Niketa Misco. I'm the CEO and founder of Atlanta Turnkey Locators. I help companies relocate their team members to Georgia, and then throughout that, I noticed that team members from companies were kind of doing it themselves, and they were excited about their job, but they did notice that it was really hard to move, and it played a big factor in whether or not they moved. So I pivoted my company to helping those companies help their team members move to Georgia.
My name is Tamir Mickens. I'm the co-founder of Culturally Relevant Science.
And my name is Meagan Naraine. I'm also the co-founder of Culturally Relevant Science. Culturally Relevant Science is a 501c3 dedicated to increasing engagement in STEM education for underrepresented communities, whether that be race, socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, or gender.
My name is Maiya. I'm the founder and CEO of Duffle, and it's just me. So my business is Duffle, and the problem that we're trying to solve is to help improve an athlete's performance.
I'm Hadyn Hilton, and I'm the founder of Java Cats.
And I'm Zoe Hughes-Nelson, and I'm co-founder of Java Cats. Over half of the cats that come into shelters in the United States are euthanized every day due to lack of space. Java Cats' mission is to revolutionize the cat adoption experience by providing cats with an enriching environment that enhances their socialization with people and makes them more adoptable, thus increasing adoption rates and also having a separate spot from outside the shelter so that they can take in more animals.
Hi, I'm Aleisha DuChateau, the founder and ceramic designer behind the brand Utility Objects, based here in Atlanta, Georgia. The problem that I'm trying to solve is to be able to offer unique home goods such as this, and at affordable prices, and that are just one-of-a-kind pieces.
I am Justin Bartley. I am the founder and lead teacher of Visionary Music Academy. And at this moment, I am my team. Well, my business is designed to maximize the voice of a marginalized population, and specifically that population are young people. Our job is to use music as a medium to share the ideas, to tell the stories, and just to express and hear the voices of young people in the current state right now.
All right, y'all ready? All right, here we go. A remarkable business with a solution for talent retention through relocation solutions. Coming to the stage is Atlanta Turnkey Locators, aiming to address the challenge of talent retention. This visionary founder is determined to enhance the relocation industry by streamlining and optimizing the entire process. Give her a hand clap.
As I do my presentation, I want y'all to think about the struggles y'all had to face as y'all had to relocate to anywhere you relocate. So hi, my name is Niketa Misco. I'm the founder and CEO of Atlanta Turnkey Locators. To get started, here's my story. So I came here with the 65,000 people that come to Atlanta every year. It was confusing, overwhelming. I was coming for Georgia State, representing the Panthers in the house, and it was sheer overwhelm because there are over 242 distinct neighborhoods alone in Atlanta. So trying to figure that all out was very difficult. And what really made me focus on this as a real estate agent in Texas and Georgia was one of my clients and multiple clients who have had this same experience. They come here to Atlanta before a new position. They're thinking that the company will help them, but then they get confused and overwhelmed because the company terms are not clear. They don't understand what's happening, and they end up doing it all themselves. So the result ends up being the loss of trust for that company. So it is estimated that over 27 million people moved in 2021. Most moved from northern states to southern states. And this is very important because Atlanta Regional Commission made a comment or report stating that 66,000 people moved from April 2022 to April 2023. And then it cost them over $10,000 to relocate. So what are some of those expenses that covered, right? When you're moving, you got to worry about moving costs. You got to worry about vehicle shipment. You got to worry about moving your pets. You got to worry about moving your life to another city and not having that aspect to help guide you, to not have those people in your corner supporting you. So here's some of the competitors. Some are full service. Some are just moving services where they just kind of help you like move. But there's so much more that comes with it. And this is the breakdown. So some of them do, full service. Some of them do point of contact, which is very important. So constantly having that person in place to speak with. And so our solution is a holistic solution to relocation. We help not with just the move, but the transition to where you're trying to get to. We cover those aspects. So we cover a comprehensive adaptive approach called 3 touch points. Our first touch point is pre-boarding. We integrate the system into the company to help them understand what is needed, what resources are needed, and then help navigate for what they're looking for to help. We gauge your wants by asking questions. What are you looking for? What are you trying to relocate? And the questions are simple and easy to understand. You just click a button, you understand what you're trying to do. We also make the terms clear so that they're simple and understanding. You understand if it's reimbursement. You understand if it's direct. You understand if you got to come out of pocket. Our next one is orientation. That's the second one. The second one covers booking appointments. So you get a specialized point of contact person who you could book an appointment with that helps gauge you, cover the aspects of the company. What are you trying to do? Where do you want to cover? What do you need help with, basically, to help guide you? We also cover after-hour support. So when everything is shut down, we are still there to help guide you because things happen in emergency situations. It's always at night and everybody closed.
for onboarding and inboarding. This is very important because it's for people who are new hires, but also for those who have been promoted or transferred. So we do real-time feedback for the companies and for you. So if your truck is delayed, or if something is delayed or something, there's a real-time report that helps gauge you and help you in those processes. So we also offer other support services, such as pet services, settling in services, and spousal support. So helping your spouse be encouraged to move with you. And then we also do cost of living analysis and cost estimates. So the platform also helps you understand, like, what are the cost comparisons based off where you're going, from where you are to where you're going. And that's very important so you don't get these surprise prices. And so we have two options as our model track. The first one for the benefits package is company sponsored. So the company will cover your costs and things like that if they choose. The other option, if the company say, I don't really want to cover all that, but we still help guide you. So they'll say, okay, we cover this much and you have to cover that much. And then we'll help cover it. In that aspect, it is that we are paid by the property in a commission format, and then the employee can add additional services. So even if a company does not want to cover those expenses, they still have that holistic approach and aspect to help guide them. So our ask, right now with the Main Street funds, we will be placing systems in place to help gauge, to grow a team, to be able to consult on our platform and to be able to do prototype. For raising $120,000 towards raising our platform, our prototype, and our marketing. And then this is our platform and what it will look like and help gauge you. So Atlanta neighborhoods, things like that. So I want to ask you, do you want this or do you want that? Thank you. Any questions? Name? What's up, Mel? How may I help you?
My question is, have you tested a market audience or went out to the field to see if I think it's on. Mel Clemens. My question is, have you tested any surveys, go out to the market or to the audience to see what the demand is and what the interest is yet?
Yes, absolutely. So during our discovery phase, that is how we determine like what needed to be important to the company and to the employees. So adding aspects such as feedback reports and reporting worked for both of them. The company wanted to better understand where were their employees in each process of the process, and then the company wanted to know if there was any delays or how can they get help, so having that real-time feedback. So everything that they said, we kind of, as more people gauged what was noted, we kind of broke it up into categories, and then we added it into the platform. And then asked them, what did they think? How did they feel about it? Things like that.
Would the company or the employee probably be your main customer?
The company would be the main customer, but the important part of it is that an employee ends up sometimes doing everything themselves. And so when a company don't want to pay those costs, which some companies do, so they will cover, they'll be company sponsored, but other ones don't, and they just want to pay like $5,000 towards the moving, and then the company has to do it, the person has to do it themselves. So we still help them in that aspect, cover those costs. Any other questions?
Yeah, turn them on.
That's a switch. Hey, can you hear me? Okay. Hey, Avalon Bingham with Drive Capital. Great presentation. I actually have a company that kind of would potentially fit into this mold, relocating to Atlanta from another state. What would be, or what would you say is probably the most valuable element of what you've built that would assist them in the journey of moving? They're not from Atlanta, have no experience here. What would be the most valuable thing that you're building to get them here that they would find the most valuable?
Having that relocation expert, someone to help gauge them. So we also have like inventory. So we'll do like a video virtual tour of their property, then to help get them quotes for moving companies, things like that, the comparison chart. So having someone on their corner that understands what relocation is and what it's involved, and then helping guide them through that process.
Coming to the stage is founder Meagan Naraine from Culturally Relevant Science, an education nonprofit looking to bring representation in K-12 STEM curriculum. Meagan Naraine.
My name is Meagan Naraine, and I'm the co-founder of Culturally Relevant Science. That over there is Mr. Mickens. He's also my co-founder. When you think of a funny and engaging science education video, who comes to your mind? If you're from our generation, give or take some change, you probably thought of one of them. Well, me and Mr. Mickens have been science educators for over 10 years right here in Atlanta, and hardly any of our students have ever looked like that. And we've seen firsthand in the classroom how that underrepresentation leads to low engagement, low achievement, and low pursuit of STEM careers overall. But can we blame them though? How can we expect underrepresented students to believe in STEM if they don't see representations of themselves in it? Culturally Relevant Science develops K-12 STEM curriculum for underrepresented students to see themselves in STEM, whether it be race, socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, or gender. We started during COVID as a YouTube channel, as two very passionate science educators simply wanting to engage our students virtually. Whether you're learning about lab safety and you see a young black girl's weave catch on fire because she's paying too much attention to TikTok, or you're learning about CER and you see a young black boy with dreads develop an entire scientific investigation to prove that young boy is a better rapper than Lil Baby. Our videos are so special because they prove that science can happen to anyone and happen anywhere. When our YouTube channel gained over 60,000 views, teachers across the country and world began asking us for more resources. So we decided to add a supplemental learning hub to our website where we offer all of these resources for all of these core science areas. As that learning hub started gaining some more eyes, consulting companies and individual schools began reaching out to us for full course curriculum. Within a year, we developed 3 courses for 3 different clients. We started off charging $5,000 and $6,000 for our courses, but as they became more and more comprehensive, we upped that price to $10,000. We have plans to keep increasing that price, meaning our curriculum is going to get more and more comprehensive. So our next step is to create a digital learning platform where we can house all of this curriculum, easily package it up to sell to schools, and have their teachers access those resources as easy as possible. After COVID, schools spent over $15 billion per year on digital curriculum. That's about $115,000 per school and $273 per student. Me and Mr. Mickens' target audience are schools with predominantly underrepresented populations. And in our educational experience, that tends to be Title I schools. The US has a total of 55,000 Title I schools and 25 million Title I students, giving us a serviceable market of $7 billion. Of that 273 that we said schools spend on students on digital curriculum, we expect to get 100 of that for STEM curriculum. Our most recent client pays us $30 per student for the course that we built them. As we build the platform and expand our course offerings, we'll be able to reach that goal of charging $100 per student per year. So judges, me and Mr. Mickens are here asking you for $250,000 to help develop our digital platform and expand our course offerings. All of this will allow us to increase the rate we charge per student and increase the number of schools we're capable of serving. Within 2 years, we'll have the platform built, offer 7 STEM courses, and recruit 10 client schools. Beyond that, we'll seek another round of funding to scale even more, offering all K-12 STEM courses and serving over 100 schools throughout the US. Join me and Mr. Mickens of Culturally Relevant Science in our journey to completely reinvent STEM curriculum, making it more representative of all students. Thank you.
First, my name is Tamir. I want to thank you and your partner for all of the research and your hard work and dedication to this field. I wanted a little bit more information on the audience. So it's K through 12. Is there a specific grade level that you're targeting? And then with the funds, are you planning to add more staffing, more resources, more, where do you see this going in the future?
So great question. So I put K-12 because that's the vision for the long term. Right now, we are focusing on high school and middle school and the milestone EOC courses, which are the standardized test subjects. Once we build those courses out, and right now we're piloting in Mays High School, so once the data comes back from the state test there, and we prove that we can increase that achievement, then we'll use that infrastructure to expand to the non-tested subjects. Can you repeat the second half of your question? There was a part.
Are you going to add more?
Yes, so the expanding the course offerings, the staffing and the marketing and the social media, we want to get funds to do that because right now it's only me and him creating the resources. Okay. He does all the animation from scratch. He's a real person, right? I'm not talking about a fake guy. He looks just like that. He had health issues, so he couldn't be here.
I have a two-part question. For $250,000, how much equity are you giving up?
I wasn't planning on giving any equity.
Okay. Second part, what projections of sales you plan in 2025?
In 2025, we want to get 10 client schools, and we want to charge, with the minimal platform that we plan to have at that time, $15,000 per school for one course. Okay. That would be for one course, so that would be like for biology. If they want chemistry, another $15,000.
All right.
With the courses you're going to do, is all of them going to be the same for each school, or will it be different variations of it?
For Georgia, it would be the same, aligned in the order of the standards, the learning standards, but by state, it would differ. So if we wanted to expand to New Jersey, because schools want, it doesn't differ that much, but just like changing the order of stuff, but all the content will still stay the same.
So I have one question
Yes,
for
sir.
you. So my children also started to use a platform really heavily during the pandemic, Khan Academy.
Yes.
And so one of the challenges that we would have is they were so into it that they would run out of options within a relatively short period of time. So when you think about your product, give me an idea of a middle school student coming to join a curriculum. How long are they engaged for?
So this platform is going to have everything a teacher would need from day 1 to 180, from the start of class to the end of class. So this is why we need the platform, because right now at Mays, we give the teachers everything, but like the slideshow is on Google Slides, the quiz is on All in Learning, the video with questions is on Nearpod. So all of these different third-party platforms, teachers have to have accounts to be able to access the videos that we make and the quizzes that we make. So the platform will be to put all of that, warm-ups, slideshows, worksheets, lab reports, exit tickets, all in one place.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Ask just real quick. How do you think about, even with this particular platform, doing something that's the product is differentiated from other STEM-focused products that are targeting underrepresented minority groups?
Yeah, so our biggest competitor is STEM Scopes, and their platform is very user-friendly, very kid-friendly, but there's no characters on it really, right? There's no people, there's no names, everything is kind of just outside real-world phenomena, but a student can't see someone with the weave, can't see someone with dreads, can't see someone with long nails doing the same science at the same rigor, with the same standards, scoring, like gonna score the same high achievement that someone that used STEM Scopes efficiently would score.
Thank you.
All right, number 3, Duffle Box. Coming to the stage, we have a former Georgia State athlete looking to transform the sporting goods industry by providing a unique solution to moisture-wicking underwear, which hopes of competing against sporting wear giants.
Testing. Okay, great. Hi, everybody. My name is Maiya, and I'm the founder and CEO of Duffle Box, a subscription service providing premium moisture-wicking underwear. Our goal is to eventually expand to a complete sportswear company, and our mission is to provide quality products for athletes so they can focus on what matters, their performance. Now, everyone go ahead and raise your hand if you've ever gone for the run, gone to the gym, or have just worked out in general. Great, we're all athletes. We all know how sweaty it can get, especially during those hot Georgia summers. And that's exactly what happened to me. One day here at Georgia State, after cross-country practice, I went up to my dorm room, looked at my drawer, and realized I didn't have any underwear with any real sweat-wicking material. I had cotton underwear, and I even had bathing suit bottoms, but that just wasn't gonna work. As a D1 student athlete, I often had 2-a-day practices. At the time, I was working 3 jobs, don't ask me why. And then I also, I was double majoring, so I had anywhere from 4 to 8 classes, and so I just didn't have a lot of time for laundry. So I would kind of have to sneak them in on a Sunday, and I was just going through a lot of the clothes. And that's the problem. You should be able to focus on your workout, not your gear. So the underwear we wear can impact our feminine health by creating problems such as ingrown hairs, irritation, and infection. Doctors often recommend changing your underwear within 6 to 12 months so problems like that don't happen. And if you've ever gotten a UTI, you don't want one. So after speaking to lots of women, a lot of them mentioned that sweating is an issue, they do care about design, and that they're often seeking a solution to solve this problem, indicating a huge opportunity. So after researching and going to several stores, I found that lots of companies sell thin, cheaply made underwear with bland, neutral colors. Just like tennis shoes, there's either performance or style, not both. Introducing the solution, our inaugural line of moisture-wicking underwear with attitude. We're offering a constant supply of underwear with 3 bold styles. So our business model is a B2C subscription, and we're offering direct-to-consumer on our website and Amazon. Now let's run some numbers. Women in America spend more than $10 billion, that's right, billion with a B, on moisture-wicking underwear. We're offering a 3-pack for $16.99, a 6-pack for $39.99, and a subscription box for $33.99, and we plan to target 1% of the market. So how are we different? We plan on implementing natural fibers like bamboo. We also plan on creating unique one-of-a-kind designs. We have our subscription model, and we also plan on creating sports programs for athletes in underserved communities. It's go time. So we plan on moving to production by the end of June 2029, and our strategy is to do this in phases. For phase 1, we'll go ahead and deliver an MVP like the ones you're looking at now, and we'll work with popular athletes on TikTok and run ads that way. For phase 2, we'll receive customer feedback and iterate the designs. For the last 2 phases, we'll go ahead and place orders. We'll receive the samples and place the orders, and then we'll go ahead and move to production. Now, let's meet the team that's capable of making all of this happen. Me, I'm the team. I'm actively, as a former student athlete, as a former design student at one of the best design schools in Milan, and as a chief exercise officer, I'm capable of moving this company forward. I'm actively seeking a marketing person to help drive sales, and with the help of my Main Street mentors, Brian Jr. and Ashley, I'm capable of moving this company forward. I'm seeking $150,000 to purchase our marketing, inventory, and production purchases. And if you don't remember anything, please remember these three things. What do I remember? The underwear industry is a $10 billion, that's right, billion with a B industry. I am seeking $150,000 for our marketing, inventory, and production purchases. And lastly, I don't wish a UTI on anyone, so please give Duffle a try. Thank you for your time.
So I have a question for you. I'm a former athlete, and I've seen the trend over the years. Nike started making underwear for men. Is any other, you have any other competition with ladies' underwear that's currently doing the transition?
Yes, that is doing the moisture-wicking underwear?
Yes.
Yes, so we do have, there's lots of companies like Lululemon, Third Love is one, but what differentiates us is the fact that we're doing a subscription model, and then also the underwear that they're presenting is like neutral colors, there's no design, and then they're also very thin and cheaply made, so it looks like, you know, it costs them like $2, and then they're charging you like $16, so. Any other questions?
I was going to say, you mentioned a little bit about go-to-market. Can you expand a little bit about how you plan to acquire customers with your strategy here?
Yes, so the main strategy that right now that I've been thinking about is there's a website called, I think it's Open Doors, where you can reach out to athletes and pay them to create like an ad on their social media. So that's the main campaign that I plan on starting. After that, we're going to just get the customer feedback and then just keep iterating until we have a scalable business. That's the plan.
What's the profit margin on your product and potential sales?
So our sales goals is to reach, by the end of 2024, 112,000. Our profit margin is going to be a little bit around like 40%. That's our goal.
Okay, thank you.
So you talked about your plan to go to market and engage clients.
Yes.
So one of the challenges that I have, and I know my wife has, is really lack of education. Whether I'm in a low-end store or a high-end store, I really don't understand what fabric does what and which is better for what reasons. So how will you and Duffle Box, engage clients at the point of engagement, or educate them at the point of engagement, and just help them understand why your product is superior?
That's a great question. I think one of the things that we're going to do is make sure they understand that we are creating natural fibers. So there's the cotton, there's the bamboo, there's the modal. So those kind of fibers are better for, feminine health and things like that. Your gynecologist is usually the one that helps you to understand that that's what matters. But we'll make it a priority to understand that they're made from natural fibers.
Maiya, so Duffle Box is a subscription-based service. Do you also have a plan to go direct to the market as well without the subscription?
Yes.
Because research has shown you that women should replace them 6 to 12 months. So if they're on a subscription service, they wouldn't get it but every 6 months, or they would need it more often as an athlete?
So we're going to be offering a quarterly subscription, but they also can, we're also offering a 3-pack and a 6-pack that you can just order on your own.
Okay, good job.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, coming to the stage, these next founders want to fix the animal welfare industry by providing shelter cats an enriching environment to decrease euthanizing rates. Coming to the stage.
Hi, I'm Hadyn.
And I'm Zoe.
And we are Java
Java
Cats. Did you know that half of all cats in our Georgia shelters are euthanized due to an overpopulation issue? That's 20,000 cats every single year that are killed in the state, and most of those cats are kittens under the age of 8 weeks old. That is why in 2017, I set out to open Java Cats as a solution, Georgia's first adoptable cat cafe.
I joined Java Cats at the age of 15 as a volunteer, and I never left. I truly grew up at Java Cats, and it truly defined who I am today. Java Cats is a nationally recognized cat cafe. We are recognized under the top 10 cat cafes to visit in the United States.
So half of our revenue comes from coffee shop. We have coffee, tea, pastries. We have an event space as well in this area. We also sell merchandise, art from local artists. We support a lot of art and artists. We have an event space as well.
And then the other half of our revenue comes from our half cat adoption lounge. This is where we house cats that are available for adoption, and we charge an hourly admission, which goes towards our revenue, and we also have events such as yoga and even therapy sessions in the cat lounge. The plus side of the cat lounge is that it also provides exposure and daily socialization to the cats that enter, thus increasing their chances of being adopted.
So in 5 years, Java Cats increased adoption rates by 100% for our partner shelters, and we also generated $250,000 in adoption fees and donations for our partner shelters. This is only a percentage of adoptions that we have done. A fun fact, we would adopt cats out so quickly that on occasion we would actually run out of cats, or the shelter would run out of cats to bring to us.
2 cats whose lives were saved by Java Cats are Sun and Domino. These 2 cats were at Paws Atlanta for years without any interest in being adopted. When Paws Atlanta asked us if we were up for the challenge, of course we said yes. And after 9 months of Sun and Domino being at Java Cats, they were finally adopted. And the best part is, they were adopted together.
This is another example. Mary Reed, she was a cat that had kittens. She was viciously attacked by a dog. Due to her scarring and her lack of hair, she was overlooked at the shelter for a very long time. Within 10 days of being in the Java Cats lounge, she found her perfect family.
Java Cats is a community staple. We provide a safe, welcoming environment from people of all ages and all backgrounds. Some people who come and visit us include students, tourists, people who want to adopt a cat, people who can't adopt a cat and want to hang out with cats, just anyone who wants to know that their money is going to make a difference in the animal welfare community.
We want to make an impact, and we want to be the good that we wish to see in the world, which is why we care about people and animals. We donated 6,000 pounds of coffee grounds to local farming. We provided space for therapists to meet with their clients when pandemic shut everything down for free.
We also raised $10,000 for our friend Harold, who was formerly homeless, to help him get back on his feet. And also some kids were inspired by our journey, and towards the end of our lease, they helped us raise money for our rent just by picking up trash on the streets. Unfortunately, in 2022, Java Cats was forced to close due to financial constraints from the pandemic, lack of PPP funding, and a 400% increase on our rent. But our story doesn't end quite yet.
So the plans for Java Cats 2.0, our business model works. We had 2 successful locations before the pandemic. We want a bigger and better space. So we have the same business model, dedicated space for events, a cat lounge that is bigger so we can add more cats, allow more people for admission. So our need and our ask is a commercial space. We're hoping that someone in this room has connections. We want to network. We want to find an amazing space that we can be in it for a really long time. So we're looking for something double the square footage of both of our locations, and just put it in this area would be really great for us to be in.
If there's anything we've learned in these past 5 years, it's don't give up on your dreams. Please follow our journey at Java Cats ATL. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, ladies, so much. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
I was just going to let you keep it. My question, I did have a chance to read a little bit about Java Cats and your website and your journey. I also understand that this year was the first time that mentors were introduced into the program. So I would love to hear from you. Can you share a key learning from the first incarnation of the store, or something that you take from one of the mentors that's going to be key and critical to your success once you get into the new space?
I think a lot of our mentors really talked about customer discovery. That was really important to me. We definitely got to learn a lot more about our market. Another thing that was essentially helpful, shout out to Ashley, who was one of my mentors, she helped me look for commercial spaces. So she was walking on the Beltline during our meeting, and she was like, here is a list of like 5 commercial spaces that you can rent out today. So that was super helpful. We were looking at those. Unfortunately, they weren't really in the area we wanted them to be in, but that was so key to us so that we knew, what spaces and how much this area costs and things like that of that nature.
Thank you.
Of course.
You all had a retail location, I guess, pre-pandemic, you said, right? How profitable was it before the pandemic and before they went up on the rent?
So it was very profitable. We had no issue with anything really. The pandemic, the strains of the pandemic came down to how many people we could let in the lounge. So we charge admission. So most of our revenue came from people entering the lounge. They pay an hourly admission. When the pandemic hit, we were forced to cut our admission in half. So that's half of our revenue. So we could allow 10 people. We can now allow 4 to 5. In our other location in Marietta, we could allow 25 people because of the space, and then we had to cut it down to 10. So we know a bigger space allows more room. Pandemic-proof us, so that's kind of the idea.
Do you have a set price on adoption? And then with the cat lounge, are the cats just roaming around freely as you walk in?
Over here, I can show you. So we were half adoptable cat lounge, and the other half was just a coffee shop. So just due to health code regulations and the cat lounge is over there. We obviously don't want a cat stepping in your drink or anything. But our adoption fees were based off of what the shelter's adoption fees were. So let's say, for example, Paws Atlanta, when we first opened, their adoption fees were $50 for a senior cat, $100 for an adult cat, and $125 for a kitten. So those were our adoption fees.
What I'll add to that is 100% of the adoption fees went right back to the shelter. So we were making money off the revenue for the entrance to the lounge. We never took a penny from adoption fees, ever. So that we wanted to support the shelter's efforts in what they did in rescue by allowing more space and more exposure in an environment where cats were increasing adoption. In fact, Laura, one of the shelter managers from Paws, she's here today, and she told us that they're still trying to figure out how to adopt more dogs because it's left such an impact of Java Cats pushing cats that people come there for so many cat adoptions.
Thank you, guys.
Coming to the stage is Aleisha, DuChateau, Chateau Elan, no, I'm just kidding. Chateau, the creator of Utility Objects, a ceramic business dedicated to bringing artistry and functionality to your home with handmade ceramic home goods. Come to the stage. Thank you. Wait, she's not Chateau Elan. She's not Chateau Elan. Those are beautiful.
Hi, everyone. My name is Aleisha DuChateau, the founder of Utility Objects, a ceramics production and design studio based right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Have you ever had guests over to find that the available cups on your shelves are bland, uncomfortable, and just plain ugly? Like this? I have, and when looking for the right products for my home, it was really difficult, so I decided to make my own. This is what a utility object shelf would look like. We specialize in crafting handmade pottery home goods, ranging from tableware, decor, to petware items. The problem that I've found in the market is that a lot of products are uncomfortable, ugly, but affordable, or comfortable, beautiful, but expensive. Forcing people to choose between functionality and affordability can be a really big headache, and honestly, a waste of space on shelves. When I founded Utility Objects in 2020, I wanted to address those issues by offering high-quality handmade ceramics. These are our values. Quality is the heart of our artistic vision, and creativity fuels our design process, while accessibility represents building relationships with our customers and our fellow ceramics in our artist community. Our solution is to get handmade ceramics into your hands, and we do so by offering our products online via retail, as well as through wholesaling with our online wholesale catalog. We've looked at our competition, and while comparing the price of a mug, I found that we are not only the median, but we offer something different. Products that are handmade and also accessible and affordable and beautiful. I've had the honor of being a part of some great media outlets. How to Live with Objects is a publication that was recently came out by the authors of Sight Unseen. I've also been a part of Ebony, Dwell, Ceramic Review, and contributed to Food 52's annual holiday mugs project. We are targeting a wide range of customers, ages 20 and up. Our brand appeals to these customers because we are providing functional, quality handmade ceramics that they love to have in their stores or in homes. I've forged partnerships with some great partners through corporate orders and wholesale. Our top partners are Food 52 and West Elm, who we supply our products through drop shipping. Since our inception, I've seen a consistent 25% growth in our gross annual revenue. In the future, I plan to have 2 new hires, which will hopefully boost us to 50% in our gross revenue. I'm currently the operator and sole founder of Utility Objects, with hopes to have 2 new employees to help with production. Utility Objects is raising $150,000 to secure a larger studio space to house extra inventory, pottery equipment, and 2 new hires. We will be reinvesting in marketing, which will help generate revenue and increase our sales and our bottom line. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. So your target market, I wanted to hear a little bit more about it, as well as staffing. Where are you looking for your staff? Because this is you're in a unique industry with pottery. Are you searching the schools, utilizing some of the high school students, or thinking about that as a career path? Where are you going to get your staffing with the creative ability that you currently have yourself?
Yeah, so once I have a bigger studio space, I'll be seeking staff from schools, especially Georgia State, individuals who are interested in getting their hands dirty in clay for production purposes.
Yeah, she had a great question with the staff. I was wondering, will each piece be completely different than the previous? Because when you're doing pottery and handmade, it should have some mistakes. Or if it's a set, are you doing all four cups?
So currently I'm wheel throwing everything. That's how I make all of my products. When I add additional staff, they'll also be making everything handmade through this similar process. I have like a specific guide for all of the products that I make currently, and so everything is a bit similar in height and the same specs. So, but it's still handmade.
And did I read it right? Is everything ceramic?
Stoneware ceramics.
Wow, what's the purpose or the meaning behind that?
So I love working with clay. It's just something that I really enjoy. It's very sustainable. It's also microwave safe and dishwasher safe, food safe as well. And I've been working with it since I was here at Georgia State. And I just love, it's my passion, so I really, really enjoyed doing it.
Are there any plans to add additional products outside of what you already have on the website? And what does that look like as far as your product timeline?
Yeah, so currently I have 20 products that I have available right now. Once I have additional staff, I'm happy to get into different areas, whether it's kitchen, bathroom products, so on and so forth. So yes, definitely expanding on that future.
I also saw a mug was $52. How much does it cost to make with the clay?
Yeah, so that mug is $52. It cost me $8.18 to make it. So the remaining, my profit margin is 60%. So everything else goes towards me, my business.
You shared your revenue projections for next year, and I understand now part of what the two new hires will do will actually be production. Can you talk about, is the demand already there? Are there purchase orders there for this additional material, or how will that happen?
Yeah, so my biggest problem right now is that I have too much demand and not enough product getting out of the door since it's just me. With those two new hires, I'm thinking that they'll work at a 50% rate and not 100% like me, because I'll have to train them, of course. But hopefully, with the two new hires, that can boost my revenue to an additional 50% instead of being stagnant at a slow growth rate of 25%.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the next founder wants to narrow achievement gaps in schools and opportunity gaps in our society by using music as a tool to empower young people with skills, values, and cultural understanding that will help them to successfully navigate through school and beyond. Visionary Music Academy serves as a hub for social and emotional learning, personal growth, and creative expression for youth of all ages. I present to you Visionary Music Academy.
Listen, believe, and feel. Everyday kids all over the world are forced to overcome obstacles just to make it through each day. I believe that every kid in the world deserves somebody to listen to their dreams, to help them feel encouraged to believe in themselves. My name is Justin Bartley, and I'm the founder of the Visionary Music Academy, a place where music is more than just notes on the page or melodies in the air, but a place where children are able to come express themselves. We provide a tailor-made service to help kids use music to connect their dreams into reality, to become composers of their journey, if you will say.
Meet Ariana. 10 years ago, she was a promising musician in the band, brand new to the school, quiet kid, great kid. Through our visionary music program, I noticed she became more outspoken. She became more in touch and in tune with her dreams. She started talking about it. Her conversations would talk about being the first in her family to graduate from college, eventually on to becoming a pediatric nurse. She rapped about it. One of her raps, she said, I gotta make it. I'm doing it for my fam. Don't wanna have to struggle. Wanna be a millionaire. I wanna pull up to my mama's house in a Rolls Royce, representing for my people. I ain't got no choice. She talked it, she rapped it, and she did it. She used music as a tool to overcome obstacles that she faced each day. And that's why Visionary Music Academy exists. We want to help schools and help children overcome those obstacles that we don't have time to talk about in curriculum. I've been teaching for 14 years, and to be honest with y'all, it's the most complex time of my career because it's never been so complex to be a kid. Post-pandemic, the kids the things that they have to go through each day, you wouldn't believe the mind of a 5-year-old, of a 10-year-old, of a 15-year-old. And these are things that I think need to be heard. We need to catch it, and we can use music to do it. So the world is changing so fast. Those important things that we know to be true some days are not even true the next day. School leaders have reached out to me and let me know, yeah, we need help. We need help committing our kids, helping them become engaged. I've also, in my customer discovery process, students and families also say, well, we want to be engaged too. We need more programming. And that's what we do, visionary music. We use songwriting, music production, and studio recording to add up to a report card grade that you probably won't see on an academic report. Social and emotional well-being is not something that schools really gauge, but through this program, we're improving the social and emotional well-being of every student who we serve. Through songwriting, they practice resilience, personal growth, music productions, problem solving, real world creative skills that also would apply to different professions, and studio recording. There's nothing like seeing a kid, once they've recorded their voice, realizing, hey, my voice has power. My voice can stand forever. Once you create a song, it's going to last forever, and it's a powerful thing to implement in any community. We do that through connection at every level, from kindergarten through middle school, high school, and even into college. Like I said, 14 years, I'm telling you, I've seen it work. Visionary Music Academy works. Our connections to our communities are real, they're genuine, they're authentic. Everything we do comes from within. It's not about just taking a product into a place, it's providing a service to and through life. Also, speaking of connections, we're making good music. These kids are making quality music, getting streams. If you've ever been a musician and know somebody, it's not easy to amass 100,000 streams, and we don't have any marketing. We didn't have any marketing. This is just word of mouth. We've used positive lyrics and positive music to encourage people all over the world. From every country that has Wi-Fi, we've gotten plays. Now, our team right now, it's me, but I kind of feel funny saying it because my team has truly been my community. The connections I've established in the last 14 years have helped to keep us afloat. The students, eventually I will have lead teachers come back and be a part of the program on that level. So our business model, we're partnering directly with schools and recreation centers. Excited to announce I've actually acquired my first customer, the Atlanta Parks and Recreation Department, in our early access process program with Roselle Fan Recreation Center. We are working on establishing a standardized pricing plan so we can offer this service to anybody who's willing to have us. We know the market is there. For every one kid enrolled in after-school programs, we know there's 2 more waiting to be enrolled. I'm asking for $150,000 to help me mobilize. I would like to take this program on the road. That would cover mobile equipment and music production, which can be expensive, instructor fees, and so forth. Act 1, I would like to take the show to more schools in Atlanta. Act 2, reach out in Georgia. We got a big market in Georgia. Act 3, let's take it on the big road. Visionary Music Academy. I hope you're able to hear me, feel me, and believe me. Thank you. All right, questions?
Awesome. Great job on your pitch. Question, I know, and congratulations on selling into the city. What's the experience been like selling in the schools? Have you already started that process, or how do you anticipate that going?
So thank you for that question. That has just begun. I've been doing my customer discovery somewhat over the last 10 years once I realized it was a formidable program. Right now, the need is there. And again, I've noticed that the pricing is the only thing I'm trying to, having to map out right now. And through this first program, which everybody's been welcome to the program, but it's my full-time job as a teacher right now. I don't have time to really go out and get those numbers from everyone, but that's the plan.
So let me make sure I'm clear. For your revenue or expenses, you're going to have to raise money because unless the school pays you, you're not charging customers, you're not charging teachers. You got to raise the money, right?
Yeah,
Sponsorships.
I plan to contract with schools and recreation centers. So right now, the first early access program is with a rec center through the city.
Okay.
Questions?
The equipment as well. So the equipment they would own, or it would be rented through you, or who would own that piece?
Thank you. Those equipment would roll with the program. So I would be providing the service. So whenever I showed up, the equipment showed up as well.
So first question, thank you so much. Great pitch. What are your instruments? I'm curious. What do you play?
So I'm a trained trombonist. I came to Georgia State as a freshman, jazz music major, and I realized I needed more. Just like the kids have expressed to me, we need more than this instrument to do what we have to say. No knock on the music education program. Sure. But it's just time to reimagine.
So with that in mind, the music education program, one of the things that always works is the passion of the teacher, what you're bringing today. How do you envision helping, Visionary Music Academy to grow with bringing on other instructors? I mean, where do you find that passion so that it grows in a way that you could support it?
Thank you for that question. Again, going back to one of my other slides, connections are valuable and important. And through the connections I've been able to build through these last 10 years, musicians, DJs have already been volunteering their time, drum instructors. So I want to continue just to organically build. I don't really have a plan to set up access to just anybody who wants to come and teach. I want to come out and find you myself.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And then not only him, but all of the entrepreneurs that have pitched today. Please give them a round of applause as well. And to our judges, thank you for coming. And thank you for staying the entire time. As you see, I believe there's a barcode. Let me get out of the way. There's a barcode there. Please scan it. We want you to be a part of the journey as well. While the judges will be scoring the winner for the ultimate showcase, you will also be able to pick the People's Choice winner, and they will receive an additional, if they're a winner, they get an additional $250. So this is the fun part. You can be a part of it. Do it quickly. Don't try to hack it. You can't do 2 and 3 swipes, but you can. We would love to have your one single vote for the entrepreneur that inspired you the most. All right. Well, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to hang out with you today. It was truly an honor. Can we just stand on our feet and give the judges and the entrepreneurs a round of applause for just being a part of this journey? We will be taking a 10-minute break. Thank you. Awesome. We will be taking a 10-minute break. We will meet you in the main area. Thank you again for joining us. We appreciate you.
So welcome to Product and Tech. As we said, with this 12 companies, there's going to be 6 companies pitching in a product and tech. We've divided them into groups of 2 sixes. Product and technology and service and retail. So service and retail is in the other room. This right here is product and technology. First of all, I want to thank everybody who's here in the room supporting our founders. Thank you very much for being here. It means a lot to them. It means a lot to us. So thank you very much, and we really appreciate you. You're going to hear everything from breaking down barriers to accessing legal assistance to a solution for dry eye disease, an app that can increase independence for persons with disabilities, transparency into government. We don't hear that a lot, but that's okay. And then, of course, we're going to basically talk about sustainability and everything in between. I want to thank you one more time, to our judges, Rahim Charania, founder of Woodvale, Bahija Crumley with Collab Capital. Thank you, Bahija, for being here. Karel Fryer, it's a real pleasure meeting you today from Truist Bank. Morgan Phillips, we're really grateful for having you from Cox Enterprises. Techstars is not the only one who can attract Cox Enterprises, which is great. All right, and Kate Joyner. Thank you, sir. So we just had a big event, on Monday with the Board of Regents, and Kate Joyner, who's a founder of ShedX and also from the Board of Regents and the board member. Thank you for thank you for being here. As I mentioned, you may be tempted to go and walk about and maybe hear some of the other pitches, but one thing I just want to let you know that there is a Audience Choice Awards, so if you really want to put your support behind the company, you really want to be able to listen to all of them. So the first thing what we're going to do is we're going to introduce our founders to you with a brief video. If you can please put your attention to the screen up front, and then we'll dive right into the pitches.
Hello, my name is Langston Thomas. I am a political science PhD student at Georgia State University, and I'm also the founder of Democratic Systems Incorporated. So DSI's mission is to help individuals and organizations ensure their efforts to support vulnerable communities have a systemic impact. Because if our solutions aren't intentional and sustainable, they aren't real solutions.
Hi, I'm Rebecca.
I'm Kierra.
I'm Joe.
And we're Kythe. We're trying to solve problems of inequity and inability to access things that all people should be able to access. So for that looks like legal assistance. That also looks like coverage and payments for necessities. Our goal is to just bridge the gap in legal access.
Hey, my name is Nigel Stewart, and I am the CEO and founder of Mission to Motivate. I started Mission to Motivate in 2020 during the height of the pandemic. I felt like virtual learning was inefficient and could have been handled way better. And that wasn't because of a lack of effort, it was just a lack of understanding, and people weren't aware of what the space really needed and the innovation that was necessary.
Hi, my name is Paige Malcolm. I am the founder and CEO of SkinCentric, and I don't have a co-founder, but I have two amazing engineers that are part of my team developing the product.
Okay, we're going to get right into the pitches. First up, I would like to introduce Langston Thomas, founder and CEO of Democratic Systems. He's a political science student and PhD student at Georgia State University studying structural inequity and inequality in democracies around the world. He has extensive background in grassroots organizing, electoral politics, and pursuing social justice in both public and private sectors. Please welcome Langston Thomas with Democratic Systems.
Did you know that since the early 2000s, public policy outcomes have worsened for Americans nationwide? Food insecurity, homelessness, access to clean water, public infrastructure, you name a policy issue and it's worsening for the average American. Now, the good news is the federal, state, and local governments collect taxes to improve policy outcomes, and change makers across the country are working to empower vulnerable groups. But the problem is that the students, professionals, and organizations most committed to social justice can't track policy trends, see how tax dollars impact policy outcomes, or review the performance of elected leaders. In other words, these change makers can't leverage policy data to hold leaders accountable and pursue effective solutions. Hi, my name is Langston Thomas. I'm a political science PhD student at GSU and the founder of Democratic Systems, Inc. We are an apolitical nonprofit organization that helps Americans track policy issues in their community, follow public tax dollars, and evaluate the performance of elected leaders. Through our customer discovery from July to October, DSI spoke to over 130 students and working professionals. Over 80% of them were worried about policy issues in their community and believe current efforts fail to create real change. Over 70% said we need more intentional collaborations and more information about policy trends and impact. This is why DSI was created. We are advancing a strategic vision to improve policy outcomes for the public. And our first step is to create the Impact Performance Tool. which collects publicly available policy data from different government agencies into a central location, and then provides users with interactive visualizations, different interpretations, and elected official report cards. Users can select any policy issue, switch between levels of government, apply filters, and review official voting behavior to unlock critical insights about policy trends and government interventions. By putting organized information about leaders and outcomes in the hands of everyday people, this tool will empower change makers to fight inequality with strategic and collaborative action. DSI is following a 5-year, 3-phase social innovation business model that centers on community building and substantive impact. In phase 1, we're establishing a core community of partners and college students while building our first MVP. With revenue from grants and fellowships, our marketing and impact strategies will take us into phase 2. Now, most nonprofits fail because they rely solely on grants. So in phase 2, DSI will engage different revenue streams while expanding our community, increasing our presence on college campuses, and continuing various projects, including V2 of the Impact Performance Tool. In phase 3, we'll use our resources, network of partners, and cross-national presence to implement solutions that improve policy outcomes nationwide. So for phase 1, DSI operates in a market for grants and fellowships with a TAM of $140 billion. When we narrow our focus to social justice grants and fellowships, the total serviceable market is $81.2 billion. Our target market are the grants and fellowships that champion social innovation through data transparency. And DSI is already succeeding. Thus far, we've secured 3 institutional and industry partnerships. We're managing 3 data visualization projects, and we're skill building with over 32 college students across 3 organizations. Through our work with Grinnell College, one of our partners, DSI is now in position to secure a $50,000 grant through a 7-week residency. This is our model in action, gaining revenue through community and impact. On our team, we have myself and 2 project managers. Yash is a data engineer at a Series A startup in Seattle, and Carlton is an engineer at a large fintech firm here in Atlanta. With their technical skills, my expertise on inequality, and all of our community connections, this dynamic team has a unique approach to addressing the roots of structural inequality. So today, we are asking for $100,000 to streamline our community and technical operations, to support our data management processes, and to bolster our marketing strategy, building community and showing impact. In addition to funds, we're asking for exposure to different grant and fellowship opportunities, as well as introductions to change makers, grant foundations, and partners who believe that intentional, collaborative, and strategic action is necessary for real change. So if you all are interested in connecting with us and following our work, let's connect virtually and chat after the presentations today. We also have a demo of our tool, so I would love to show you all how the demo works. Thank you.
Thank you, Langston. That's great. Corral, why don't you kick us off with the first question?
Cool. Langston, thanks for your presentation. I think this is a very interesting tool that you're laying out there. Knowing that you're heavily dependent upon getting data from, I guess, third-party sources, my first question would be, could you elaborate a little bit more on your strategy of how you're ensuring that the accuracy of your data is going to stay relevant? Because, as you can imagine, this could be destroyed if you have something that comes across where that's inaccurate information. So how are you looking to protect that and make sure that you have accurate information?
Right, so the first way that we're planning to make sure our information stays accurate is, 1, by focusing on the government's data. We're collecting publicly available policy data from different government agencies, which already has a lot of issues. So a lot of our work is cleaning up the messy data and making sure that we already know what we're dealing with when we take in this government data. But in addition to that, to your point, the real sort of subjectivity, if you will, comes with the interpretation and the analysis. And so that's why we're not just providing our own interpretation or one interpretation, we're providing various. Users can see how different analysts would see the data we're providing and take away different stories and conclusions. And so that's another way that we're trying to deal with this issue of accuracy. And then the third way is by building a community of partners, college students, data scientists, people who are professionals in the space of data visualization, data analysis, and making sure that all these stakeholders are involved at every step of the process. So it's not just our organization or our analysis, our interpretation that's being put out to the public. It's everyone's eyes involved in this process of making sure that at every step we are working strategically, collaboratively, and honestly to present the most accurate information we can with the limitations of the data we have.
So I understand who your user is, and that's people that are social advocates who want to see something progressive change, they're a part of organization. But who's your customer? Who's paying?
Yes, so for phase one, we're using revenue from grants and fellowships to move into the second phase of our plan. And as I mentioned, to your point, nonprofits can't just survive by relying on grant funding, and so we plan on engaging different revenue streams. So the first alternative stream of revenue we want to engage in the second phase is impact and data consulting. So during our customer discovery, we spoke to many professionals, nonprofit organizations that expressed two issues. One, the issue of collecting, managing, and analyzing their internal data, and then two, making sure that their efforts, their projects and collaborations are having a substantive impact on the communities that they seek to serve. One organization that stands out is SoScience. They're a for-profit social justice organization in France. They promote responsible research and innovation and bring together different stakeholders, community, nonprofit, governmental, to do these projects. And so they've asked us to help them build a standardized impact assessment tool that they can not only disseminate, use in their work, but disseminate across their international network. And so that's one of 3 different streams of income that we're going to pursue in phase 2, and I would love to tell you about the others when we have some more time.
Thank you, Langston. A big round, guys. It's great. Now we're going to move on to the next, our next group of founders, Kythe. These founders wants to break down the barriers that are preventing access to quality legal research for many, particularly the underserved and underserved communities. Please welcome to the stage Kierra, Rebecca, and Joe.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe. I am a data science and almost a lawyer.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I am a lawyer.
And I'm Kierra. I'm a lawyer too, and we are the founders of Kythe. So Kythe is a verb that means to make known. We're passionate about helping people understand and access the legal system. We went to law school because of this passion, and we all found each other and connected because of this passion. Our mission as a company is to equip people with the tools and the knowledge that they need to both understand and address their legal claims. Our legal research system today makes this very difficult because you have to know words like this. This is so overwhelming, right? But these are just a few of the words that represent landlord-tenant law. And you have to understand these words, this language, to get simple answers to your legal questions. Currently, you would have to enter these words into a research system in the right order, with the right modifiers, and you'd have to choose the right exact words. This is called a Boolean search, and most attorneys can't even get this right with years of practice. But we expect people who don't have any training to be able to do this to solve their own problem. It sounds hard? Yeah, it's hard. At least it was hard until now. And that's because our platform is presented as a chatbot that lets you describe your issue in simple terms, and it gives you a real answer to your real question. You just need to tell our system what your landlord, for example, did or did not do, and our system is going to give you relevant case law, it's going to tell you similar situations, and it's also going to give you perspective on whether you have a good case or a bad case. So for example, your landlord won't give you your security deposit back. Well, our system is going to tell you the legal consequences of that. And it's not just any old chatbot either. It makes it make sense for you. It helps you understand the relevant landlord-tenant law by explaining them in common words. It does not expect you to know things on your own. And you can trust it because it's built on top of a closed universe. So it's not going to make up law. At the heart of our mission is the desire to serve communities. So we talked to people from a variety of backgrounds, and we learned that another large barrier to accessing the legal system is pricing. Because of this, we are going to provide our platform for free to individuals. We'll also market the platform to small and solo practitioners. And on the enterprise level, we're going to provide the platform based on the service, needs, and size of that organization. We want everybody to be able to have affordable access to legal research. And they currently don't. And this is a direct result of our competitors. Specifically, competitors like Westlaw and Lexis offer their legal services or their legal research services at a high premium, almost exclusively to large law firms. They keep the legal field inaccessible to most people. So when we say we're targeting enterprise customers, we mean nonprofits and libraries. We're going after those players, the non-traditional enterprises, before we go after the large law firms. And this untapped subset accounts for $30 million worth of the legal market. And that number is rising every year. It's getting bigger. So it's a strategic decision on our part to build trust with the market of untapped, untraditional customers, because we want to serve real people. We expect that we'll be able to do this on a national scale by 2025, with our goal to take the remainder of 2023 to finish implementing Georgia law into our system. By the middle of 2024, we will have a full Georgia scale model. And by 2025, by the middle of 2024, we will have a full Georgia model. And by 2025, we expect to have a system that is serviceable on a national scale. We're needed in this space. You've heard that. You've heard us talk about the knowledge that's needed that's not there, the money that's needed that's not there, and the time that's needed that is just not there. Legal research is grueling, but it does not have to be. And we want to make that a reality for people. For this reason, we are raising $300,000. The bulk of that capital will be earmarked for product development and marketing. And we're looking for partnerships with people who have legal tech space industry and who also have experience navigating highly regulated industries. We also want to work with the community. We want you to stay connected with us, to test out our product, to give us your feedback. We have a table that we'd love you to stop by if you want to see more about our product or learn more about our product. Come check us out and talk to us at the end of this program. Thank you.
It is on a database, which is functioning as just the knowledge that the chat model then does reasoning on. We found a unique way to structure the database so it lets you search on what happened as opposed to the rules.
Oh, and just to add to that, it's also just it's a lot of case law, so judge-made law that's interpreting statutory law that is put in there. So it is real law that it's working off of.
Can you talk to us a little bit about your go-to-market approach?
Sure thing. So planning to go to market first, focusing on Georgia law, because we do have to sort through all these cases, then add the cases to the system. We are expecting that we can give the platform away to individuals for free because we know that solo practitioners and small law firms, which make up a vast majority of the people practicing law, have a pain point in the fact that they are having to pay these outrageous prices and take a lot of time on these expensive systems to get simple answers for their clients. So we think that if we offer them a more affordable system, they'd be more willing to try us out and stick around with us, and then that'll make going to national market easier as well.
Why not use an ad-based model versus a subscription model? I mean, if some of your customers are going to be people that can't afford an attorney, and the other part of your customers are single practitioner attorneys that need to reduce their workload, one half of your customers may have a problem paying even $20 a
We have a free.
All right. So my question is, why do a subscriber-based revenue model versus an ad-based revenue model?
Our pricing tiers include a free number of searches per day for individual accounts, which we're hoping addresses the part of the market that doesn't, have the funds for even $20. That's kind of subject to change as things happen, though.
Okay.
Are open to considering, what revenue model might be better for us.
I would say just go and talk to prospective customers and see what they think. Yep. And I know you're already doing customer surveying. Also very good to see you again.
Maybe I missed this, but in your presentation, you mentioned that this was beneficial towards tenants. Is this also open for landlords as well?
Yes, sir. So Rebecca's going to actually take that as our COO.
Yeah, so we are starting in the landlord-tenant space just because of, uploading data. We had to start somewhere. And because landlord-tenant is such a pain point for people who don't have attorneys. And so we're starting there. We do want to expand to include just a variety of law. So maybe going to family law next. And yeah.
To directly answer, it will work either way you ask it the question. So if you're a landlord and say, I can't get my tenant out, what can I do? It will answer. And if you're a tenant in that situation, it will also answer.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Deep Kythe. Awesome. Our next company, Mission to Motivate, is on a mission to actually create a equitable digital platform by connecting minority students, minority tutors, underserved students, and schools on a single platform. Please welcome to the stage founder CEO of Mission to Motivate, Nigel Stewart.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nigel Stewart. I'm originally from Washington, D.C., and I am the CEO and founder of Mission to Motivate. So it was 2020, and during the disaster that was Zoom learning, myself and my little sister, who was 9 years old, hated what school had become at the time. I set out to fix this by creating a website that connected struggling students and their parents with minority tutors who were all virtual. One of my first clients was a mother whose son was in the 8th grade, yet was reading on a 6th grade level. I connected him with one of my tutors who was a friend of mine at Morehouse, and by the end of that school year, that student was not only reading on a 9th grade level, but was getting ready to take honors classes going into high school. It was all his confidence, and I knew then that M2M wasn't just a company where I contracted out virtual tutors, but was instead a digital education platform that could revolutionize education for minority and underserved students. Because that student isn't alone. There's a trend right now in Georgia where over 1/3 of the state's entire student population is reading below their grade level. And there's over 42,000 students just in Atlanta and DeKalb who live below the poverty line. With most of these students being Black or Latino, they don't have the best resources or access to the best educational opportunities, with the best educational resources being either too expensive or in separate communities. And we know what the problem is. Decades of underfunding Black and brown students and a lack of innovation. Large classrooms with 20 to 30 students take away from the attention and instruction that they need, which then frustrates them, leading them to falling out of love with learning. And the underpaid teachers and staff become overwhelmed with all of the struggling students, which then discourages them from continuing to educate, creating a lack of teachers in the classroom. And schools are paying thousands of dollars to create educational opportunities that don't move the needle, and their students are still failing to this day. But Mission to Motivate wants to put that love back into learning. By finding the most at-risk students, we want to give them access to our platform to provide them with tools, attention, and a superb tutoring database that allows them to catch up so that it doesn't take months for them to realize that they're falling behind or a full school year before they understand that they have to retake a grade. And we're going to be starting with Title I schools. These are schools in Atlanta that receive federal funding because at least 50% of their student body is below the poverty line. These are the most at-risk students, and as you can see, there are a lot, with over 300 plus in just Atlanta and DeKalb, and over 54,000 across the country. These schools get over $500,000 a school year to help their students, and they can use them as they see fit. And after talking with over 40 schools across Atlanta and DeKalb and over 100 parents, I've learned that these schools, if they're not outsourcing volunteers, then they're paying these individual tutors or teachers that they have come into the school, and they're only paying 3 to 5 at $30,000 each a semester, $60,000 a school year. Inefficient. And they're only there part-time for a couple hours a day for only a couple days a week. It doesn't help the students because they're still not getting the attention that they need. Yet schools are spending upwards of $100,000 to $200,000 a year on these daytime tutors that they bring in. But this presents a unique opportunity for Mission to Motivate, because just based on those 300 schools in Atlanta DeKalb creates a $90 million market opportunity that's not including Georgia or the rest of the country. So what we want to do is connect students, schools, teachers, tutors, and legal guardians to help create better opportunities for these students. We'll collect data on the students to make sure that they can automatically get the necessary attention and can find their deficiencies at a faster rate, and the analysis will give them a faster path to success. The tutors will be easy to find, and they'll be searchable so that the students and teachers can find them just as easy as finding a friend on Facebook. And all the tutors will have ratings, and that way the parents and the students can know what their best match is. And as you see, there are a lot of businesses that want to create extra educational opportunities, but none that offer what we offer. But we're not out to crush the competition. We want to help serve these students because they need all the help and support that they can get. And right now, the team is just myself, with my 5 trusted mentors and advisors. And that's what I'm asking for an investment for, $500,000 to help build the platform and hire a CTO and an HR staff, which includes training, hiring, and marketing the tutors. Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel. Kate, looks like you're ready to ask your first question.
I'm ready. Nigel, great job. Good discovery and research. Your numbers were really, really close and good, and that's a huge problem too. Talk about revenue. You didn't have really a chance to touch on that. I want to ask you about that, and I also want to ask you about how you're going to recruit the tutors.
Yeah, so I saw a 30-second sign go up. I wanted to finish, but the revenue model is, so we'll be asking schools for just a small part of their Title I budget, and we're asking for a minimum of $80,000, which will require at least 1 to 50 students, and it'll rise as the school sees fit. But yeah, that's what we'll be asking for. Regarding the tutors, that's actually the easiest part. So when I first started this website back in 2020, that was the first thing I did. I hired 20 tutors within a couple of days, and they were all minority-based. And I've got connections at HBCUs across the country, including black student unions at UPenn, UVA, et cetera. So I'll just be continuing that path and making sure I meet alum and young minority, black and Latino individuals who just want to educate. Maybe they're in their field and want to do something part-time. Either way, I'm giving also black educators a chance to continue to teach and get paid for it.
Great job. Can you expand on your go-to-market strategy? Are you going to focus here in Atlanta and kind of expand into, on a city-by-city basis? Just curious how you're thinking about that.
Yeah, so I've been in Atlanta for 6 years, and I see a lot of problems here, so I want to start in Atlanta and DeKalb. Those are the schools that I have the most connections with. So while I'm building the team in the app, I'll already be talking to these schools and these principals to first make sure they're interested, and also make sure that they'll just be willing to pay. And based on my customer discovery, I already have, but I'll just continue that as it's going. So when the platform is built and the team is ready, all we got to do is sign everybody on. They'll already be ready to get started.
Wonderful job. Also a Spelman sister, so
We
should
met
connect
before. It's
offline,
nice to see you again. Yeah.
Can you tell me what are some of the data points that you're tracking on the students?
Yeah.
How are you measuring and tracking, monitoring their success?
So there are similar platforms out there, like let's say Blackboard, right? Students can go on and the teachers can upload assignments, homework, quizzes, tests, but it doesn't actually do anything with those. So what our platform will do is take all those scores and see where the students are messing up and track their deficiencies. So we can see exactly when and what days things were going on and what they missed. Also attendance and just confidence measures. So if there's a student that failed something a couple times in a row in one section, we know that that's what they need to work on, and there's a tutor for them at any point in the day. And so that's how that kind of rolls. And the teachers and schools might need to do a little bit extra work. But when something like this is implemented in those schools, it just becomes second nature, and it's something that they'll do every day.
Again, thanks for the presentation. I know this is a huge need in the city of Atlanta, but pretty much every metro city that you go into, city, but also rural areas as well. So I guess my first question is why app? And the reason I ask that is I see a lot of startups go straight to thinking apps are going to solve the problem. So if you didn't have an app, how else do you think you could kind of like go further with your site just to be able to help this cause?
It's a web app. So any computer
so I'm sorry, so it's not an Android or iOS, iOS.
It can be, but it's so anywhere students, because there's also going to be students that don't have computers at home. So whether there's students computers at the school, their parents have phones, maybe it's an iPad that the family shares, anything that they have to be able to use this platform can work. So we just want to make sure that every opportunity, there's not an excuse. That's why having virtual tutors is also important, because they can be available in the morning, during the school hours, at night. It could be 4 in the morning, they need a tutor. That way there's just always space for them to enjoy learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel. How's everybody doing so far? Good, good. We're halfway there, we still got some pretty amazing companies coming up. The next company is SkinCentric Technologies. SkinCentric's mission is to restore confidence and overall health by providing affordable access to professional skincare solutions, but also more importantly, reduce waste. I want to, all of us, welcome to the stage Paige Malcolm, founder and CEO of SkinCentric Technologies.
Hi, everyone. Hi, my name is Paige, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of SkinCentric. Beauty is skin deep, but the psychology of skincare is even deeper. This is my brother Ethan. Since he was young, he struggled with severe eczema, and in 2020, he was rushed to the ER after going swimming and contracting an infection. He was given medication that cured his initial infection, but did little to help the bigger picture. Where my brother saw the most results were in his skincare and diet changes. He now follows a clean routine and has a skincare routine that works for him. It took my brother 2 years to see these results. His condition not only impacted his mental state, but also his social life and his employment. And he's not alone. Millions of Americans struggle with some form of skin condition, from acne to skin cancer. Each of us knows someone with a skin condition, and even if they don't tell you they're struggling, they are. At SkinCentric, we're addressing these problems in a way that is affordable, accessible, and reliable. Let me introduce you to the S1, the first device that gives you real-time skin analysis. The S1 uses powerful sensors and machine learning to analyze your skin and detect current or probable skin issues on the spot. It pairs with the SkinCentric app to give you the same experience as if you were at your dermatologist, except you're at home or on the go. We're giving you the tools you need to help yourself. Here's how it works. You connect your device, you scan your problem areas, answer any follow-up questions. Then the app generates a report along with a guide on how to care for your skin and your nutrition. And if you need additional assistance, then you can easily book a consultation with a healthcare professional in the app. And you can even live stream your analysis to your healthcare provider so they can assist you better. The global market for skincare is worth over $100 billion with a compound annual growth rate of 6.7%. The US alone is over 20 billion. Our goal is to reach 20 million in revenue by 2029. And we'll do this through subscriptions, product sales, and virtual consultations. There are currently 2 companies utilizing third-party skin analysis software, but their tools are hard to find and even harder to use. And they're selfie-based, so you can't use them anywhere but your face. And I know you're wondering, why can't I just do the same thing with my cell phone? Well, your phone doesn't possess the magnification or optical capabilities to capture and translate the true essence of your skincare issues. And for those hard-to-reach areas, using your S1 for your analysis and your phone as a viewfinder is the perfect duo. Since inception, we've been able to gain over 1,000 followers across our social media, and we've done customer discovery, and using that information, we've developed an MVP of our app as well as a model of the S1 device. We plan to release our app mid-2024 and our S1 early 2025. So let's meet the dream team. Our co-founder, Josh, is working hard to engineer a device that people will know and love. And I'm working to develop an app that users actually want to come back to every day. And we're also working to form relationships with healthcare professionals so that our platform follows industry standards. And our amazing advisors are experts in beauty, technology, and product management. We're seeking $500,000 in funding to go towards research and development, hiring diverse talent, including technologists, healthcare professionals, and marketing experts. At SkinCentric, we want to help people like my brother get the help they need when they need it, and not a day later. Because when you feel your best, you look your best. Thank you. Do I have any questions?
This was very well done.
Oh,
I
thank
really
you.
enjoyed your presentation. I thought it was extremely clear. I'm hoping, can you talk to me a little bit more about the underlying technology? How does the device pair with the app, and what are some of the features of the app that you're most excited to build?
Okay, so I'll start out with the app. The feature that I'm most excited about is the ability to use your S1 to live stream with your healthcare professional, because virtual consultations are becoming really popular. But like if you're using your iPhone to get like a certain area in your head, but you're not able to see it, and your healthcare professional isn't able to see it, then how are they going to properly help you? So being able to just add that other level of like technology to the process can really help your virtual healthcare professional help you better. And as far as the technology, my engineering co-founder, he knows more about it, but basically we're gonna put like a powerful CPU as well as a GPU inside of the device, and then that will be able to connect to your phone, and it's basically gonna be a broadcast, but it's not going to be like Bluetooth based or anything like that. You'll actually have to use a USB-C with this port down here to connect it to your phone so that it can like broadcast to the phone. And it'll have like special features to be able to connect it with that process.
And who do you plan to sell to?
Yeah, so right now we're focused on those 18 to 39 men and women, because skincare should matter to everyone. We're focused on like the younger generation because they're most affected by healthcare issues, especially in like your earlier days when you have like acne issues and you can't really just get up and go to like a skincare professional. So 18 to 39, and then people in those age range, or even any age range, can buy the device for their kids so their kids can learn more about skincare.
Okay, and last question from me. Have you spoken to insurance companies to see how you can allow this to be paid for by insurance companies?
Yeah, so we recently found out that this device can actually be purchased through HSA, which is a health savings account. So we definitely want to keep speaking with insurance and healthcare providers to really figure out how people can get this device for very cheap or even free. And the idea is that the device will be worth as much as one visit to your dermatologist. So we do want to make it affordable and free if possible. Yeah.
Great pitch.
Thank you.
Question around your distribution strategy. How do you plan to get the S1 in the hands of your customers?
Yeah, so our distribution strategy first starts with sourcing the right products. So right now we're sourcing the right materials. And then as far as distribution, we're gonna have an online store and then also going to trade shows and different events, and then actually allowing people to place pre-orders in the beginning. And then eventually maybe partnering, with certain like doctors' offices and things like that, to where people can purchase the product or order it offline. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, Paige.
Thank you.
Our next company is Yanie Eyewear. They are looking to address the problem of dry eyes, looking to alleviate pain and discomfort for people with dry eyes. I would like all of you to welcome to the stage Tatiana.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Tatiana, and I'm the founder of Yanie Eyewear. And we specialize in creating stylish and innovative eyeglasses for people with chronic or severe dry eye disease. So in 2020, I was diagnosed with severe dry eye disease. I want everybody to imagine themselves standing in front of a huge fan, and this fan is going very fast, and you're not able to blink for, let's say, an hour. How do you think your eyes are going to feel by the end of that hour? Probably very dry, very painful, and you're likely going to feel some burning and itchy sensations. So that is exactly how it feels to have severe dry eye disease. And the beauty of this experiment is that when it's over, you can return to blinking and your eyes are going to feel normal again. But when you have severe dry eye disease, that feeling lasts a lifetime. Severe dry eye disease is an incurable eye disease that causes agonizing pain, dryness, and discomfort to the eyes and significantly affects your productivity, motivation, and mental health. So the issues with the current solutions for severe dry eye disease is that they're simply too expensive. They're not multifunctional, so users have to purchase multiple products to relieve different symptoms instead of one effective solution relieving multiple symptoms. They don't provide that much needed long-lasting symptom relief from those harsh symptoms, and they don't provide convenience, so you can't wear them on the go or everywhere. So after talking with over 100 severe dry eye patients, our solution to these issues is Yanie Eyewear, which will be affordable, multifunctioning eyeglasses that protect your eyes while providing treatment and relief for severe dry eye disease. Your Yanie Eyewear glasses will protect your eyes through our built-in side shields. When you have severe dry eye disease, your biggest enemy is wind. So the side shields located on the sides of the frame will shield your eyes from the wind. Your eyes will also be protected through our lenses. One of the main reasons why severe dry eye disease diagnosis has been increasing is because of technology. Technology is not going anywhere. If anything, it's going to increase in our life. However, it is causing a lot of harm to our eyes. So our UV light protector lenses will shield your eyes from those harmful UV light rays. And best of all, our glasses will give you relief and treatment through our built-in heat pads. It has been scientifically proven that heat is a great source for treatment and relief for severe dry eye disease. So users wearing our glasses have the opportunity of adjusting the time the heat pads will be on, as well as the level of heat, depending on how severe their symptoms are that day. Today, there is roughly 35 million Americans suffering from severe dry eye disease. And each of these Americans spend an average of $1,500 annually on very severe dry eye treatments. This equals up to $55 billion being spent in the U.S. market alone by severe dry eye patients desperately looking for ways to escape the harmful symptoms. So this is the dream team, me as the founder and CEO. with a great experience in the passion in entrepreneurship as well as experience in design and marketing. We are actively recruiting for a market of product engineer as well as an optometrist to join our team. So these are our big competitors. Eyeglass companies, companies that sells eye heat pass, Warby Parker, and Zenni Optical. But as you can see, our company is the only one that checks off each column. Our glasses will not obscure your vision in the slightest, like the eye heat pass would do. It is affordable. It has built-in heat pad for that much-needed treatment and relief. And best of all, it is made specifically for the severe dry eye community. So users, once our product is done, will have the opportunity to go to our website and purchase individual products. Also, we plan on making key partnerships with local optometrist offices, as well as licensing the product once a patent has been approved. So starting next year, we're going to sell our glasses at $35 per unit, and we're going to sell 1,500 pairs starting next year, and we're going to double that amount each year. So by 2027, we're going to be selling over 12,000 units and making over $500,000 in revenue. So we are seeking $300,000 to build a functionable prototype for miscellaneous expenses as well as logistics and marketing. Thank you so much.
Very well done. I really enjoyed this. I also
Thank
love
you.
that you're solving for a problem that you know and you experience personally. I'm wondering, can you talk to me a little bit about how you're planning to either find a manufacturing partner, or have you found one yet, and what does that look like?
So I have been actively looking for manufacturing partners, specifically in the Atlanta industry. I know a lot of people are recommending go to China, which I'm still not ruling out, but I do have some great ones that I have been looking at and talking back and forth with, and hopefully in the future that will be my manufacturer company.
Great pitch. Can you talk a little bit about your patent approval, where you are in the process, and what specific specs you guys are patenting?
Yes. So right now I'm in the provisional patent space. I'm actively doing that. That actually is going to be completed by tomorrow, which I'm happy about. But specifically, this specific feature that will be patented is the built-in heat pass, because no other company has built-in heat pass, and that's a really cool feature.
Do you have an idea of how that'll work yet? Will you be able to like recharge your glasses so that it continues to heat, or how will it be?
Yes, you kind of hit it on the money. So I'm still waiting for a great product engineer to join the team so we can best create this product. However, we are leaning towards a USB powered eyeglass that will be chargeable, but it'll be like a long-lasting battery, so you don't have to keep charging it throughout the day, and you definitely would not have to be plugged into a wall. You'll be able to walk around and have that flexibility, which is what the dry eye community really needs. Thank you.
Thank you. Our final company in the product tech category is Let Me Do It. The founder duo, Angad Sehgal and his co-founder and dad, Amit Sehgal, are on a mission to create a transformational platform focused on empowering persons with disabilities to live an independent life. As Angad says, my choice, my voice. Let Me Do It aims to create a world where persons and people with disabilities are seen, heard, and their choices respected and supported. Please join me in welcoming Angad and Amit Sehgal.
Hi, my name is Angad Sehgal. I have Down syndrome and Hi, I'm Angad Sehgal. I'm founder of Let Me Do It.
And my name is Amit Sehgal. I am Angad's co-founder and his dad.
I have Down syndrome, and often people think I am less than or I need fixing. I am junior at GC Idol program. Soccer is my. I'm a black belt in karate. Soccer is my passion, and I am the Georgia Youth Ambassador for Supported Decision Making. People do not see me or hear me. They think because I look different, I don't matter. I have dreams like you. I want to make money, get married, but I need support. All of us are different and we all think plan differently, and we all need different support. Let Me Do It is giving the power of choice to everyone. It allows everyone to make decisions in their own unique ways, empowering everyone to live an independent full life. The app is a simple sharing platform for you and for me. For people who are making decisions and people who can help them make decisions. It is unique like you and me. Any decision I need to make, I can add to my app. I can share my decision with others and even add helpers. I can have photos, videos, even documents.
You've all heard Angad. The need is now, and the need's very simple, and the time is now. Based on Angad's vision and what we've got from the community, we've created a 4-stage, progressive bill for a platform, which essentially will not just help people with disabilities; it'll help all of us. And starting out with the decision support module, where we want to get the decision rights in the hands of people with disabilities to help them live an independent and confident life, and also create a community of support. Second, enable job coaches, employers with tools to train and retain this untapped talent pool, and help with the economic empowerment of persons with disabilities. Third, understand the person, not the disability tag. I know for a fact billions of dollars are spent every year to on disability research, and trust me, not a single dollar is spent trying to understand the person behind the disability. And case in point, Angad's 23 years old. Like everybody with Down syndrome, his foot plate closed much sooner than all of us. So he's got a smaller foot size. Now tell me which 24-year-old adult wants to go to the kiddie section to buy shoes? We want to change that. We have the community. We want to help companies understand their consumers. And lastly, a marketplace where consumers can buy products and services from their trusted vendor partners. And let's face it, let's be honest. We live in a very unequal society. Some of us have the power to do what we want, and we can get away with it. And then there are persons with disabilities. They lack the power, they lack the rights. Their dreams and aspirations don't count. And so for 61 million Americans who self-identify as persons with disabilities, there's this soft bigotry of low to no expectations. And this group cuts across race, gender, color, every known human trait we know of. And this group of people, along with 120 million of their caregivers, for them this is the daily reality of life. And if you do the math, that's 181 million people, more than half a country. And this is the most marginalized and underrepresented minority in our country. So we know the need for Let Me Do It is enormous. Whether you look at disability segments or you look at the aging population. What we are focusing on is 3 clear segments: intellectual disability, traumatic brain injury, autism. Well, it seems small, but it's 36 million people strong with a purchasing power north of $80 billion. And our business model is very simple: grow the community and unleash the demand. We are going in with a decision support module with a 2-tiered structure: base subscription, premium subscription. Premium allows you to communicate within your network. When I say network, I'm talking about the person with a disability in their support network, which as a rule of thumb in the US is 1 to 3. So every time we get a customer, So the person with a disability gets the app for free. Their support network pays a nominal fee of $1.99 per month per user. So every user essentially unlocks $72 in potential revenue per year. And then there's the premium service, where you interact not only within your network, but across network. You have information sharing. Core principle remains the same. The person with a disability gets it for free. Their support network pays $7.99 a month per user, which unlocks the revenue potential of $288 per user. And I expect about 1 in 5 users to opt for the premium offering. What truly sets us apart is we identify with the disability community as a person with a disability, as caregivers. And over the last 6 months, Angad and I have had the opportunity to talk about Let Me Do It at various conferences hosted by the National Down Syndrome Congress, Synergy's work, the Georgia Advocacy Office, and we've talked to users, end users, parents, caregivers, companies who are looking for a diverse workforce. And the key takeaway for us is the time for Let Me Do It is now. And we're getting noticed, the mayor's office, or the GSU ecosystem, or the local media. Now, the good thing about that is there is a growing awareness that a lot needs to be done. But for us, it's not about creating awareness. It's about creating that change. And believe me, change is happening, and we are so excited to be a part of it. The one common theme our team has, whether it's Angad or me, or Vinay, our co-founder and CTO, is we share lived experiences. Vinay has a sister who has a disability, and our extended team, whether it's Synergy's work or the Georgia Advocacy Office, all of us have lived it. And for us, it's far more than a business proposition. It's our life's purpose. And what we are seeking is $1 billion in a pre-seed round with 2 clear objectives: launch the app, grow the community. For that, we need to invest in technology, keep growing the network, and keep building the team. And we'd love for you to be a part of this change. Thank you.
I think it's on. You guys can hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to get yelled at again. Angad, Amit, amazing job.
Thank you.
Really great presentation. Help me understand how the decision-making model works with this platform and how is decision-making being done now? So what will be the difference?
So in the disability world, oftentimes what happens is the decision rights do not rest with the person. So there is this concept called guardianship, which essentially takes away your decision rights. It's like me telling you, okay, you're going to get up, you're going to walk there, and I decide when you're going to which chair you're going to sit down. So it's very simple. So the decision making, whether it's very simple decisions, like what am I going to do today, to life-changing decisions. How our app is structured is, let's say, simple thing, Angad goes to the post-secondary program at Georgia State. So he gets up in the morning, and he has to go to college. There are multiple steps which can help him get to college. Get up, make your bed, go down, make your breakfast, ask dad to call the Uber. All of those are smaller steps. So we break that decision of going to college into multiple small steps, and that's built into his app. So it's like a notification you get, okay, 8:15, did you make your bed or not? And in case you hit a bottleneck at any step, so it's like, for lack of a better word, when you have Apple family sharing plan, so if somebody does something, you get a notification. So Angad needs help with something, I will get a notification. Angad needs help find his morning medication. So it's decision making with enablers built in for that person. That's how it works. Would love to tell you more, when we have a little bit more time.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Can you talk about the difference between the base case and the premium pricing? What is the differences in experience?
Okay, yeah, so let's say if the 3 of us, Vinay, Angad, and Amit, are a network. So if we have the base subscription, Angad needs to go to college, he can do that, he can call me or Vinay or medication, etc. So our communication is limited to this. Now, on this premium subscription, you want to find out which is the best post-secondary education program. So then I can reach out to the network to, either Nigel or Joe. So they can. So that's where it becomes more than just information share. decision support, it also allows you to share information. And the reason why we, giving you this example is, one of the biggest problems within, if you have a person with a disability, and I'll give you Angad's example, when we had to find a post-secondary education program, there is no information. So it's like reinventing the wheel every time. So the minute you have this, simple things like finding a GP when you age out of pediatric care. Imagine there are so many young adults. It's just for their caregivers, you will make life so much simpler. I don't know if that answers your question.
So within this network, are you also envisioning, like if it was the premium service, it's for recommendations for like maybe products and services, or is that, and do you have a plan for the monetize off of that as well?
Precisely. One of the things we are looking at is and I'll take the example, I know you're from SunTrust Bank, so Truist. So financial inclusion for persons with disabilities this is a community which is 83% of them do not even have a bank account. So we want to work with with the financial partners, create the basics, create the financial education, financial literacy, and access to products. Secondly, healthcare providers. We want people to be able to access healthcare, financial inclusion. So the long-term goal is Angad at some stage wants to live independently. And as any other parent who has a child with a disability, there are you're far more cautious than anybody else. What if there was a platform like such what we are talking about, which makes sure I know Angad is doing what he's supposed to do. He has all the tools, and without hovering over him 24/7, I know things are happening the right way. So it's like you get the comfort that things, what you want to see are there, and if something untoward was to happen, there's the way the app functions, you can step in at that point of time and help your whoever's in your life with, to navigate those decisions. We'd love to chat with you guys. Please stop by. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angad. Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Vinay. All right, everybody, one more really, 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 really big round of applause for every company and founder. Takes a lot of courage to come and do this. Takes a lot of courage. Congratulations to all the founders. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming around. One more, I really want to thank Fumuma over here for keeping technology on track. We know how that works. Please, round of applause for him. Thank you so much. Erica for keeping everything on time. To our timekeeper, make sure I'm on time. And then last but not least, to all the judges, one more round of applause for all the judges. Thank you, and to all of you. Now, there is $250 on the line for the Audience Choice Awards. Take your phones out, go on this QR code, and please, register your vote. Once you've done that, you can make your way to the main showcase area. We're going to take about a 10-minute break, and then we're going to hear from our own Donnie Beamer, the technology leader for the city of Atlanta, or some call him the tech czar. Anyway, that's what they told me. Anyway, so vote, walk out there, more networking, and then we'll close out.
Okay. All right. Thank you, MK, for quieting the room. They were much more effective than I was. So now it is my pleasure to welcome Dean Richard Phillips to the podium. Dean Phillips has served as the Robinson College of Business's Dean since July of 2014 and has actually been at Georgia State for 29 years. He's also the CV Star Professor of Risk Management and Insurance. Dean Phillips' accomplishments throughout his career are no doubt prolific, impactful, and impressive, but his vision and leadership in the College of Business and at Georgia State are even more impactful. Under his leadership, the college has activated an ambitious plan to prepare people from all backgrounds to lead, innovate, and achieve their potential to advance business and society. I'll let him tell you about the college's incredible work and vision for the future.
Good afternoon, everyone. Did you have fun today? Yeah? How much fun? All right. Good. Well, I'm really excited to be here for the fourth demo day in the Main Street Entrepreneurship Program. We started this just a few years ago, got a little interrupted by COVID, but we're well on our way to continuing to build a lot of momentum in this program. And this program is started by E&I, which is also a relatively young program. We started the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Institute in 2016, so it's also only 6 or 7 years old. And its undergraduate program today is already the 5th largest undergraduate degree in the entire university. So when you think about hockey stick innovation and hitting that growth curve, that's certainly where E&I is, and that's where I'm sure some of the companies that presented today would like to imagine they will be in 5 or 6 years. Let's hope that that's the case. As Jennifer said just a minute ago, we talk about our vision statement for the college being innovation for all. And Georgia State is famous for its diversity, both racially, as well as socioeconomically, as well as multiculturally. And we're very proud of that. And when we say innovation for all, what we mean by that is making sure that we create opportunities for everyone to be able to participate in the innovation economy. And that's not a given. It's not a given that people of all backgrounds can participate in the creative and innovation end of the economy. There's recent research that's been done, and it has been documented that if you are in the top 1% of income earners in this country, there's a 10 times more likely that people that are in that income strata will file a patent and be successful in winning a patent than someone who grew up in a median household income or below in this country. And so when you think about participating in the innovation end of the economy, and that someone who grows up in a high-income household having a 10 times more likely chance to participate and earn a patent versus someone who just grew up in the median household income or below, that's a stark, stark difference. And when you read the literature on what makes that difference, you see systemic differences around race, around gender, around places where you grew up, around the opportunities and that are provided. Those are all the same things that we've talked about here at Georgia State for a very, very long time in providing people the opportunity to gain access and be successful earning a bachelor's degree. And so we are committed in doing what we can at the Robinson College to take those same lessons learned and to say, what can we do to make sure that as people study at Georgia State, that they can also become entrepreneurs and innovators at the same rate as what we do with providing people the opportunity to gain access to a bachelor's degree and have success in their academic lives. That's what we mean by innovation for all. And you are a living testament today demonstrating that people of all backgrounds can innovate. And we'd like to make sure that we can do that at scale. And so we want to grow, continue to grow. We're happy to be the 5th largest bachelor's degree at Georgia State. Maybe next year we'll be the 4th. And we'd like to grow Demo Day. We had 20 teams compete this year. Our goal is to get to 30 teams, to 40 teams, to 50 teams. Right now we provide grant funding to the teams that participate, and a few of you will win a prize award. We'd like to win more prize awards, and we'd like to get to a point where we're offering 2nd and 3rd round funding to teams that compete at Georgia State. These are the kinds of visions that we have to continue to grow the ecosystem here at Georgia State. And as Donnie said just a minute ago, as we continue to contribute to the ecosystem here in the city of Atlanta. So I want to say thank you to the faculty and staff at E&I for the work that you do to help make sure that this ecosystem continues to grow. And I want to say congratulations to the company founders that are competing here, because you're participating in that ecosystem just as much as the people that are putting on these programs. And the mentors, and to MK himself, and to the judges, all of it, it takes all of those networks and stakeholders to make this happen. So thanks very much for everybody coming today. Thanks for everybody participating. Thanks to the contributors who provide the cash awards for this today. Never hurts to have a little bit of cash in your pocket to help grow these things and make them grow too. Right? Right. All right. So without further ado, let's find out who won.
Okay, MK, it's your turn.
Yeah, this is my favorite time of the day. Okay, first, I would like to invite all the judges to come in front of the stage so we can recognize and thank them for their generosity with their time. It's not easy, to sort of give your time, and they're busy. They have plenty of things going around. Please come to the stage, stand right here in front of me, everybody. Yeah. Please, everybody, a big round of applause to our judges. Thank you. Thank you, judges. Now, we're good? Okay. Also, big round of applause. I also want to thank my friend, Atlanta's tech czar, Donnie Beamer. A big round of applause for Donnie Beamer. Thank you so much. Donnie's over there. Donnie, yeah, we got a little something for you, man. Donnie Beamer, thanks so much. Donnie Beamer. Okay, all right. And now we're going to recognize, first of all, as Dean Rich said, we are giving out prizes as a competition. One of the reasons we do that is to keep motivating the founders to keep on working. Because the Main Street program is a little bit unique, our founders they come from all different backgrounds. They're students, they're alumni, they're community members. Some of them have full-time jobs, some of them are in school. But to keep them going, we have to put some carrot up in the front, and so to keep them sort of on that treadmill running towards that, towards building their businesses. So that's why we do this. However, though, these 12 founders made it through a grueling round of application process, several rounds of interviews, pitches. From 160 plus applications, there were only 12, so less than 10%. So that in and of itself makes all of them winners. So they're all winners. You're all winners. So what I want to do right now is I want to recognize each and every one of them. The first company I want to recognize is from the category of product and technology, Langston Thomas with Democratic Systems. Langston, please come onto the stage. I want to recognize now Maiya Newton, CEO, founder of Duffle Box. Maiya, please come on. And I know your hands hurt, but please do not hold back your applause. Whew, okay. Next, this is it's a trilogy of founders. Joe Griswell, Kierra Powell, and Rebecca Rhym of Kythe. Love it. Make sure you cut that into 3 equal parts. Okay, bad joke. Anyway, all right, next, Mission to Motivate, founder CEO, Nigel Stewart. All right. Founder and CEO of SkinCentric, Paige Malcolm. And her co-founder, Josh. Awesome. The father-son duo, Angad Sehgal and Amit Sehgal of Let Me Do It. All right, now we move on to service and retail. First, Niketa Misco, founder CEO of Atlanta Turnkey Locators. All right. Next is Culturally Relevant Science. Culturally Relevant Science founder, co-founder and co-founder is here, Meagan Naraine. Her co-founder, Tamir Mickens, is not able to be with us here today because of an illness. So please, everybody, do keep him in your prayers. Meagan. Next is Zoe Hughes and Hadyn Hilton of Java Cats. Everyone that I talk to knows about them. Thank you. Yeah, my wife will never let me adopt a cat. I should be able to do with this one. Next, CEO, founder of Utility Objects, Aleisha DuChateau. Thank you. Next, Visionary Music Academy, founder CEO, Justin Bartley. Thank you, Justin. And last, but definitely not least, the amazing Tatiana Langford of Yanie Eyewear. Thank you, everyone. I do wanna take an opportunity to call out and thank Jamine Moton. Jamine was the MC for the service retail side. She was also my partner in crime for the first and second cohort. She's an amazing founder herself. She left me to go and scale her own business. So I'll never forget that. However, I would like to now move on to the exciting part of the evening, which is the awards. So the first, Risha, is the People's Choice. Risha, you want to announce the People's Choice Awards? Do the honors.
Hello, everyone. Again, we're so excited you're here. We had, again, Product Tech and Service Retail. And so we want to announce the People's Choice winners. These are the persons that you voted for. And so let's start with Product Retail. Product Tech. I just said Product Retail. So People's Choice Award for Product Retail is Product Tech. Why do I keep on saying Product Retail? Product Tech is, round of applause, drum roll. Let me do it.
Make a big deal and hand this to Jennifer.
And then our next category is Service Retail. So drum roll, please. Our People's Choice Award for Service Retail is Java Cats. And next, I'm going to hand this very important envelope folder to Dr. Shearer to announce second and first.
Wow, this is exciting. Okay. Drum roll, please. So we've got, what are we doing first? Product Tech. Okay, we've got Product Tech first. Second place for the Product Tech category, taking home a check for $3,000 is Mission to Motivate. Congratulations, Nigel, on Mission to Motivate. So the second place check in the amount of $3,000 in the service retail category goes to Java Cats. All right, now, as I mentioned earlier, we're proud to have FanDuel as a sponsor of the First Place Award, so I'd like to invite Natalie Dixon and David Greenhall from FanDuel to the stage.
Thank you. I'm going to keep the suspense going, give a 60-second little speech to say thanks, keep you waiting. But first off, thank you to Georgia State and Main Street for putting on this incredible event. It's been a great evening. Thank you to all the co-founders. We could do a round of applause for all of their hard work. So we're here representing FanDuel Sportsbook. If you're unfamiliar with the #1 sports betting operator in the U.S., and we thrive on innovation, hearing new voices, seeing fresh perspectives. That's how we stay ahead. That's how we've grown our business, and we're proud to call Atlanta home. Tonight this investment, I think, represents just a part of our belief in the city and our belief in you all, right? There's no reason why you can't build it in Atlanta. I think tonight is proof of that. You all are proof of that, and we can't wait to see what you do next. So let's do it.
All right, I gotta make sure that I get my prizes right. So we are doing product tech category first, correct? Okay, so the first place check in the amount of $6,000 in the product tech category goes to Let Me Do It. All right, for the final award, the first place check in the amount of $6,000 in the service retail category goes to Culturally Relevant Science. So congratulations to the Main Street companies who won additional capital to grow your ventures. And once again, to all of our Main Street founders. Let's give them one more huge round of applause. So as you can imagine, there are many people involved, and as you've heard, there are many people involved in making a program like Main Street successful. There are too many volunteers, faculty, staff, and university leaders to recognize individually. But I would like to thank members of Georgia State's Entrepreneurship Working Group who have been involved from the very beginning in helping to develop this program. And those of you who volunteered your time last fall to select our 12 companies, you did a great job. And to the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Institute staff, faculty, entrepreneurs and residents, and student assistants who have spent countless hours building the Main Street program from the ground up and making this event happen today. So if you're part of our team, please raise your hand. They're over here. I'm going to call you out. If you raise your hand. Thank you, thank you. You are an incredible team, and I'm proud to work with you. So this concludes our Main Street Demo Day. We invite you to stick around for food and drinks and more networking. Go congratulate the founders that won additional capital, and congratulate all of the other founders for completing the Main Street program. And following this event, we invite you to the InnovaTL closing party. If today wasn't enough, there's a closing party from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. at New Realm Brewing Dock Bar. Please make sure if you drove today that you drive your car to New Realm Brewing. Do not leave your cars parked here, because if you do, you may not be able to get in or back out when you come back. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your evening.